oops, hello you wonderful lot, how the devil are you? A bit later than normal because I've been in I suppose it's an online conference and I've got every day this week. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But anyway, Kai Graham here, delivering you your daily dose of sanity to help you through lockdown life, because it doesn't look like things are going to be changing terribly much anytime soon. Well, depends who you listen to, really, doesn't it? But anyway, so here I am, just wanting to sort of share something with you. I think I've been speaking to sort of some people, and I gave a webinar the other day, and there was a mum who was saying, and I know I usually sort of discuss stuff about teens, but this mum is struggling with a 3-4-year-old child who is suddenly anxious, suddenly sort of waking up in the middle of the night. And this is the same for whatever age group. Some kids are really struggling. And she was working out, she's sort of saying, well, how do I find out what's going on? How do I, sort of work out what the problems are? And do you know what? I think the thing is, as a parent, our kids know that something's different, even whatever age. I mean, okay, obviously, of course they do if they're teenagers. But if they're a little bit younger, and they sort of don't quite know what's going on, they know that something's changed, and they know that their environment's sort of, there's a different dynamic and there's a different vibe to it. And it's our job to try and keep that on a level playing field for the little kids as well. And this mum was sort of really concerned. She said, I don't know how to, I don't understand what's going on in my child's head. And I went, well, welcome to the club. Doesn't matter if they're 3 or 13 or 23, 53 for goodness sake. We don't know what's going on in someone else's head unless they tell us. So I suggested that, this is a 3-4-year-old child who doesn't know really, let's face it, if they're scared, if they're hungry, if they're jealous, if they're annoyed, if they're upset, they don't know what's going on. They just know how they feel, and they might be feeling wobbly. I just remember when Jack, when he was little, he was 4.5, and he was being bullied in primary school. And he didn't know how to say what was going on. But what I did ask him was, I sort of said, do you feel a little bit sad and muddled inside? And he went, yes. So we managed to get that. So what I would suggest is speak to your child, and rather than try and find the words, oh, tell me how you're feeling and I can sort it out for you, is get those feelings for them. And maybe say something along the lines of, if you were an animal, what animal would you be right now? And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what the answer is. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Whatever the answer is, it's right for your child. So it could be a tiger, or it could be a mouse, or I don't know. And what a tiger means to one child will be different to another. That, one might be big and strong, and one might be very loud and roary. Who knows? But the point is it's that rather than trying to get the right vocabulary, it's just a matter of getting that information out. And so if they sort of said lion, I said, well, tell me how that lion feels at the minute. And that is when your child is able to, or whatever they choose to do. And whether or not it's, one child, we did this in a school, and one child wanted to be a snake, and all they wanted to do was slither on the floor. Well, okay, if that works for you, love, get on with it, knock yourself out, because this is what we need to do, is encourage our children to get those feelings out, verbalized in sounds or words or whatever, so that they are able, so that feeling doesn't fester inside. Does that make sense? So if you've got, and it could be sort of, it could be whatever age the child, and if you were a colour, what colour would it be? And I've done, sort of a couple of breathing exercises where we look for the colour and change it. And, if it's a dark grey or black or red or bleh, what would you like to change it to? Sparkly, rainbowy, goldy colours or whatever. And it's giving the child, whatever age, that opportunity to do something with those feelings that are pent up inside them. Because they might not have the emotional vocabulary at the minute, but they sure as hell need to get those feelings out. They sure as need, they need to feel heard, they need to feel valued, they need to feel as though we're looking out for them, if that makes sense. What I do want to mention is that I did a webinar just recently for women in business over here in Northern Ireland, and I suddenly thought, do you know what, I really ought to be sharing it with you guys. So tonight at 6:30, sorry if that's tea time, but I have to share broadband with other residents, so it's at 6:30 tonight. It's in my Facebook group, kaigraham.com/FB group, if you want to come and join us. That's if you're not a member. If you are a member, just jump on in. But 6:30 tonight, and I'm going to be running a masterclass for you guys just about surviving lockdown life, because there's sort of interesting stuff, and I know it'll help you, and there'll be a Q&A session at the end if you want to come and join us. Bring a glass of whatever, or a mug of whatever, and so 6:30 in my Facebook group, search for Parents Teen Toolbox. And I'd love to see you there, because I've got stuff that I know will help. And you can reach out if you've got sort of something that's troubling you, and we can sort of take it from there. So much love. Don't forget, if you were an animal, what animal are you feeling right here, right now? And I know that'll help for some of the slightly younger sort of, ones that can't quite verbalise or can't quite put their finger on how they're feeling. And otherwise, just come and join me at 6:30 tonight, and I'll do a masterclass. It's totally free. It's in Facebook group. And be lovely to see you there. So sending you much love. Mwah.